Late blooming to the end of time, cause I've been really making moves. Only kick it with a few. Money calling coming through. All of these blessings, all of the names, all of these rain, you better live it all, you better live it all.
Hey, it's Blaze, and today I'll be talking to you how to make Dirk Nowitzki in NBA 2K20. Now, this build is absolutely gorgeous. This is gonna be my park build for 2K20, more than likely. Just depends on a few factors I want to check out first. This build I'm gonna show you right here is the perfect mold for Dirk Nowitzki if you want to follow that type of style, that type of gameplay, the stretch big post stretch, etc. This is definitely the build that you are gonna want to use. Without further ado, let's get into the video. But first, if you haven't already, drop a like. Drop a sub down below if you are new to the channel. I put in a lot of work into these videos to try to provide you with the best information I can in order to provide builds for you. Now, keep in mind, I am not going for the similarities of the build itself. For me, I am going after the build that will play the most like the player, but is also the most practical and being the most effective for you in your game throughout 2K20. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. For your skill breakdown pie chart, you're gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to get the majority shooting pie chart with the 3 minorities of the playmaking, due to rebounding, and finishing. Fantastic. Alright, next we are gonna have the physical profile pie chart option here. For my choice, personally, I am gonna go with majority speed, slight vertical, and minority strength. So you see right here, we are gonna have majority speed, slightly more vertical, and a lot less strength. We're gonna pick this one right here because obviously that does fit our mode that we are going for. Perfecto. Alright, it's giving me a few minutes to set up the attributes in the mode of Dirk Nowitzki and to make them the most effective that we possibly can. Then I'll explain why I did it and how I did it and what that means going forward in the mode of the build. Okay, so now we are officially done with this, but wait. I want to show you something real quick that's going to take your builds in the future, including this build, to the next level. I'm going to show you what that is, right? You see my badge upgrades. I got 1 finishing, 28 shooting, 14 playmaking, 1 defensive / rebounding, right? Look at my finishing stats. As a big, 63 driving layup, 58 driving dunk, and 35 standing dunk. With that being said, 35 standing dunk and 58 driving dunk is not going to affect me that well. Plus, 85 close shot is it's a good stat, but you're not going to use it that much, being an outside threat as big as a 89 3-point shot. Most of the time when I take a close shot, it's going to be in a close vicinity. Well, no shit. What I meant to say, majority of the time when you take a close shot, it's going to be wide open. It's not going to be a contested opportunity, because obviously if it's contested, if you're Dirk, you're just going to post down, go for a fade, and work the post that way. So with that being said, let me show you what I'm going to do. Standing dunk, take it out. Driving dunk, take it out. Close shots, bring it down to a 70. It's a good enough rating to where it's wide open, green every time. Even open, green every time. Driving layup, gonna keep it there because I'm not trying to embarrass myself missing wide open layups in the paint. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my defensive rebound and put it up. So you saw it happen, right? You saw that? I just went from only having 1 finishing badge, took off ratings, still had 1 finishing badge, brought ratings down to defense and rebounding, and got +2 within no effort whatsoever. No cost, no nothing. No nothing at all. Then obviously we're going to go ahead, And we are gonna max out defense to get even 2 more defense and rebounding badges. That's gonna help us a crap ton. Now you have 23 remaining. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna max out ball handling. And I'm gonna max out my free throw rating. And then, just for the hells of it, just gonna play a close shot. Up by 1 more. But as you can tell, this does help us a lot because we just went from only having a set amount of badges for finishing only 1 badge. 1 badge, no matter what we did. And now, we just gained plus 4 badges for defense and rebound. So that's what I did. Without no further ado, let's move on to the next step. Cool, now we are solid. Speaking of solid, we're not gonna be going body shape is solid because body shape does contribute into multiple factors in the game. In case you're not aware, trust me, I've done the testing myself with me and my team already off camera. And we've done a few, like we've done a few tests, a few drills to see how different body types affect different badges and different abilities. And we have proven that body shapes do take effect. I'll be doing this in another video, but for right now, I'm just gonna tell you what body shape we're gonna be going with Dirk. And unfortunately, as usual, as you would expect, we are gonna be going with slight flight, being with scrawny self, and we're gonna be going with this body shape with this slight flight. Nothing to really say. I mean, it's just, it makes it a lot easier to attack lanes, to create non-contact in the post, and it just makes it a lot easier for you as a post scorer, for you as a stretch big, to create opportunities for yourself. Because even if you're going around an off-ball screen, you're just slimmer, and it's a lot harder for you to get stuck accidentally on somebody. And that's why I say that slight flight is the best option for Dirk. Now we're at the height section of the build, and we are going to be bringing this build up to 6'11". As you can see, -4 driving layup, -2 mid, -3 3, -3 free throw, +1 post moves, +4 interior defense, +2 block, +1 offensive rebound. All of the negatives that we do have on this player right now, do not worry, we can change that with our wingspan going forward, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, we can get an increase on those minuses with badges that we'll be implementing later on in the game. But reason why we gotta make them taller is because obviously interior defense, block, and rebounding. But also because as a post scorer, you are gonna need that reach to ensure that it's a lot harder for you to get contested, especially on fadeaways, because fadeaways, you do need an open opportunity being a taller guy. So 6'11", fadeaways, it's a lot better post scoring. Next topic. Now for the weight portion of this build, we are going to be bringing it all the way down to minimum weight because we are going to want to have the 60 acceleration. Strength is not that big of a deal when it's in a low number of the 50s. Either way, if I face an athletic, even if an athletic is the lightest weight, a glass, a rim, any other type of mold for a build, 52 strength compared to 56 is not going to make that much of a difference, which is why we're bringing acceleration down. We are going to get the boost in lateral quickness, and then if we want to increase our blocking, we increase our wingspan later on, and that's it. That being said, moving on to the next step. The sexy. So now for the wingspan, we are going to bring the wingspan down 2 inches down to a 86-inch wingspan. In case you are curious, this build is a power forward. It's not a center. Dirk is a power forward. We're making the build a power forward, right? Right, capiche, capiche? Cool. Alright, wingspan down 2 inches, getting a +2 in the mid-range, +1 in 3, +1 in ball handling, -2 in block, -1 in steal. Steal, we don't give a shit about that. Block, so it's still a 75 to a 73. It does not exceed the 3-point cap, so it's still considered to be, it's still, the block is still the same rating. There's no skill or there's no foreseeable difference between the ratings. Like I said, 3 is our favorite number. Does it exceed 3, we're Gucci. You're not gonna notice the difference. -2, we trade that out to get a +2 in a mid-range and +1 in a 3-point shot, which is gonna be a crucial difference as to whether or not our badges are gonna be very effective in a situation. For takeover, obviously, as it being Dirk Nowitzki, we are gonna be going with post score takeover. Now, before we do this, I'm just gonna say I'm really excited to see what this build's name is. I have not really experimented with any post-score builds thus far, so besides Shaq, obviously, but that's a whole entire different breed of like post-scoring by itself. It's a whole entire different play style. So without no further ado, let's go ahead. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, bet. Hey, we got 3-0 score, and we got a similarity of Dirk Nowitzki. As you can tell, I did my job correctly. You know, I just like, it's one of the few times where I've molded a build the way it should be molded, and it resulted in a successful similarity. Just letting it be known that this is obviously a correct path, as it does fill in the lane of similarity of Dirk Nowitzki. Alright, cool. Now we are going to be at the badge upgrade screen. As you can see, we got 1 upgrade for finishing, 25 for shooting, 8 for playmaking, and 5 for defense and rebounding. I'm excited to do this, me being a main post-score build as well. This is definitely something we're looking at very, very closely. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the badges. But FYI, I will be taking my face cam out of this portion, just so you can see what all the badges do, and kind of so I don't get in the way of that process. So for the finishing badges portion of this, I am going to be getting a badge that is very, very team based. It's not technically a finishing badge, but it is a badge that does help out the team completely, which is going to be Bronze Showtime, which boosts teams' takeover meters after completing a highlight play. Now, this badge is going to be very good for those types of situations where if we need takeover and the post score is going off, if he performs a highlight play, like I said, it is going to boost our team's meters for takeover in that regard. Yeah! Now it's time for the most epic portion of this video, which is going to be the shooting badges. At the end of this, we did have 4 silver, 4 gold, and 2 Hall of Fame badges. So obviously very well balanced, but also going to be very effective in the badges that we chose to make more balanced, because they will give us a boost in those more critical situations to where it does make ourselves well balanced, so the Dirk build has multiple angles to attack somebody's defense. First badge is going to be silver, tireless shooter, self-explanatory. If you are being used a lot as a scorer and your player does get tired, as in Dirk, he will be able to shoot very consistently even though he is fatigued. This does affect post fades, shimmy fades, or any other release oriented jumpers. Now time for the next badge. Next badge is going to be silver green machine, which increases the bonus given for consecutive excellent releases. This is a very solid badge. If you're on a hot streak and you're just going, not only is it going to help you towards takeover, but it's going to give you a boost for just playing good in general, which is obviously what I love about this badge. It rewards you for playing good, and that's the way that it should be. Third badge is going to be silver corner specialist. When you do have an 89-3, there's not really a requirement to have corner specialist on super high level, just because it's not really going to be useful. You have a high 3. To get on silver, but there's no reason why to go to Hall of Fame, because your shooting attributes are there for you. Next badge is going to be silver clutch shooter. Increases the ability to knock down shots in clutch moments. This is by far a solid badge as well. If your team needs a bucket and they're looking for someone to shoot the ball, or trying to take a fadeaway, or trying to take anything of that matter, obviously this badge will help in that situation. With you being a heavy offensive oriented player, you will be used in that type of manner. So, like I said, you need to be prepared for that situation. Next badge is going to be gold pick and popper. Self-explanatory. If you are setting screens, you're running double screens on 3s or just a single screen on 2s, pick and popper will be very useful for shooting and pick and pop, and just obviously it's pretty simple. It's a boost on pick and pop. You go for a 3 as a screen. It's there for you. Also for double screens, it's very useful as well. Next badge is going to be gold quick draw. So this year, with jump shots being slower than usual, especially for stretch bigs, quick draw is going to boost our release for us. That way, when we're open for a jumper, we are going to have a faster release than any other stretch big in the game. It does not have gold quick draw or better. So like I said, when they slow down the releases or the jumpers for stretch bigs in general, quick draw is going to help on getting that big boost to where we are going to be getting, you know, kind of just like deja vu back to 2K19 stretch bigs. Next is going to be Gold Deadeye. Gold Deadeye reduces the impact of a defender who is closing out. Now, this badge does affect Deadeye for post fades. So not only is it for jumpers, but it does affect post fades as well, to where someone tries to get a contest on you. It's gonna be very hard to, especially on post fades when you're 6'11" and you have a height advantage depending on who you're playing against. We now have gold catch and shoots, boost the chance of hitting a jump shot immediately after a catch. Self-explanatory, you're open for a shot, you want to have a boost off the catch and shoots. And when our corner special is only on silver, that's going to give us a boost on a corner jumper as well. Not far ado, time for the two critical badges of this. That's going to be Hall of Fame Deep Fades and Hall of Fame Range Extender. This is going to be a great 2-punch combo, and with Hall of Fame Deep Fades and Hall of Fame Range Extender, you will be able to hit hot fades and post fades from the 3-point line. In case you don't know how to do a hop fade to the 3, you just go from a deep 2, you hop fade out to the borderline of the 3-point line, and you get a green almost every single time if you are not contested. These two badges put together is like peanut butter and jelly. Those two badges put together is gonna be a great 1-2 combo, especially when it comes to shooting, especially when it comes to Dirk, and especially when it comes to being effective in NBA 2K20. Fantastic! Now it's time for the play-making badges for a post scorer, aka Dirk. First badge is gonna be Silver Unpluckable, because if you are in a post animation, you do get blitzed, or you see someone trying to double team off you, this will be very useful in having enough time to pick up dribble or to pass out that situation without having to be so worried about getting the ball obviously plucked from you. This does help in actually just catch animations as well. So if you're getting guarded by a lockdown, you're holding the ball in your hands, this will help in also not getting plugged. Just standing still at the 3 or 2, wherever you may be, off the catch, off the pass. Next is going to be Gold Needle Threader. Basically, so if you're getting double in the post, it's going to be very easy for you to pass out of double team situations out to the open man. If you have not noticed this year, double teams are very crucial. If you're getting double teamed, you don't have this badge, or you don't have high passing accuracy in general, it's nearly going to be a turnover every time, depending on what badges and what attributes you have in place. This badge being a post scorer is going to be very crucial, because if you get doubled in 3s or doubled in 2s, or no matter what it may be, this badge is going to help you in that regard. Next, it will be Gold Postman Technician. Self-explanatory, you are a post scorer, you are Dirk Nowitzki. As a post scorer, it's your job to be able to score consistently, and that's what this badge helps with. Just keep in mind, this badge only helps against defenders who don't have as much strength or don't have the badges to back it up as you do. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to execute post spins this year. If you don't be wary of that, you will spin out of balance, or you'll get a bad spin stuff animation. For defensive and rebounding badges, we only have 5 potential upgrades, but that's a big increase compared to the 1 that we did have earlier. So because we did take a little bit of time to adjust our attributes that we are going to be getting for our caps, we have been able to secure 4 more potential upgrades, and our first upgrade is going to be Intimidator on bronze. This because it's basically a defensive stopper from last year. It gives you a boost on contesting shots more often. Next, we Silver Brick Wall. This goes hand in hand with Pick and Popper on gold. That way you can run double screens, you run PNR. No matter what you do, this will help on any situation, especially with PNR. You can just do a lot of Brick Wall. Like I said, Brick Wall is very OP this year. There's a lot of great animations in the game. Even with Brick Wall on silver, you can get fall down animations on players like Steph Curry or players that have not upgraded or defense whatsoever, which is fantastic. Next badge will be Silver Pick Dodger. This is because as a Dirk Nowitzki, as a 4 power forward build, keep in mind you will be guarding stretch bigs a lot of the time, or a main shooting build in general. So when someone's coming to set off-ball screens on you, you are going to have anything in your ability to be able to dodge a screen and help contest the jumper. You being a mainly offensive player, your teammates are not going to expect you to be, the best defensive player on defense. Obviously, you are being held back, by, you know, being a main offensive player. But with these badges, it'll take the load on them a lot easier to where they don't have to help you as much compared to if you spent time putting, you know, badges on Hard Crusher or off-ball pass or things of that nature. It wouldn't be very worthwhile because we focus on defense, focus on your weak spots, and that's what we're doing right here. That does conclude our Dirk Nowitzki video for today. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe down below if you're new. I got tons more builds, tons more of badge review videos as well be coming out very soon. As time goes on, if I see any corrections that need to be made to the build, I will put it at the pinned comment in the comment section. Obviously, it's the first few days of the prelude. It's not even the weekend. It's only been out for, I would say, it's only been out for 16 hours at a time recording of this video. So I will be making adjustments in the pinned comments down below. That way, if any changes need to be made from talking to other comments and talking to other people, I will make those adjustments so you don't mess up going into the future. Obviously, no one's perfect, but in my opinion, this is definitely the best option that you can have for you. Without further ado, good day, adios, and good night. Peace. Well, I trade one of you, and all of you have a fantastic rest of your day.